Hello. In this video, we are going to do some lunge work for the hips. We're going to play with a warrior pose and we're going to move from triangle to side angle. So some tricky stuff here. We're going to start with a chair and support with some blocks on one side. And you know me, I am a big fan of using the wall. So come forward, relaxing your shoulders. Come to your Tadasana, knowing that there's curves in your back, but paying attention to the rib cage if it's jutting forward, if the hips are pushing back. Notice if you're feeling like you're tucking the tailbone under. See if you can find a little more freedom in the hips. Relax the shoulders. Maybe pull the upper arms, just pull them back just slightly. We're not drawing them super far backwards, just drawing it back slightly, feeling the length of the neck up. And if you're like me, close to the wall, we'll take the arms forward and up. Hands coming together, exhaling. Let's do this a few times to ground and center, breathing in. Keep breathing in as the arms go all the way up and your exhale brings the palms back down. On the next exhalation, we'll fold down, taking the arms up. Exhaling, fold. Find your support. This could be blocks on your chair. This could be hands simply on the chair. Finding yourself in a forward fold position. Feel free to walk your legs a little farther apart. See if you can bring the toes towards each other and the heels wide to internally rotate the thighs a bit. Pressing into your support, lifting the back, looking forward, breathing in, lifting the rib cage, and exhale, folding down. Staying in your forward fold, taking a few breaths, shifting the weight of the body backwards and forwards. And lifting the chest back up. Go ahead and loop the shoulders a few times. Move the neck around. Bring the feet back towards pointing forward. We'll leave the left foot where it is. We'll take the right thigh up. Inhale. Squeeze the thigh into the belly, exhaling. And we'll take the leg back. Inhaling, stepping the right leg back. Exhaling, dropping the foot down. Go ahead and leave the back right heel lifted, coming into your lunge position, your front left knee bent. You can play with shifting the weight forward and finding how the knee can go forward over the toes. But know that when you do so, it's much harder to press this foot down. So when you are in this position, your knee is all the way forward, go ahead and walk your front foot a little more forward so that the knee can stack right over that ankle and heel. Bringing the shoulder blades back down, some length in the chest, looking forward. It's possible your rib cage and your belly have just completely collapsed down, so go ahead and lift the rib cage, lift the belly. Extending that back leg even more, toes down, heel is lifted. You can play with the bend in that back knee. Lift it up a few times. For a little extra heat warming action and strength building, engaging the core, begin to lift the hands off of your support, bringing your hands perhaps up to your leg. You could use the wall, no one will know. You could take the arms all the way up, still using that wall. Playing with this crescent lunge position. Folding yourself down. Stepping your front leg back. Finding your downward facing dog. Walking out the hips. Walking out the legs. Fixing your toe separator. Again, taking the toes a little bit towards each other, and the heels a little wide as you press the hips back in your downward facing dog position, letting your head just drop down, stretching out the back of the neck. Rolling yourself up, waddling yourself forward, swaying the hips and the arms as you unhinge and roll up. Take the arms forward or wide if you have space. I don't have space. Take the arms up, inhaling, exhaling, hands down. Release your hands to your support. You could certainly use your own body as your support. Hands to your shins, maybe even your thighs, depending upon the body. Extending the chest forward, inhaling, and your exhale, sliding the hands down, finding your fold, using your support, swaying the hips, tucking the chins under, letting the neck be super long. And bringing your hands back up to your support. We'll stand on the right foot. We'll bring the left leg up. We'll step it back. Shifting the weight of the body forward and back. Notice how this feels in the calves. Feels so good. Playing with letting that knee come forward. See what that feels like. And then slide the foot, scoot it forward, stacking the knee right over the ankle. Working on engaging the core muscles. Even if you don't take the hands off the chair or your support, engaging the core muscles, feeling the lift, feeling like the gaze can be forward. Don't be utterly shocked if there's a little bit of wobble and shake in that front leg. Try not to let the shoulders squeeze up towards the ears, but find a little bit of space. Yes. So if you're playing with this balance, again, you can use the wall. Staying for as long as your body wants to stay. Eventually finding yourself forward and stepping back. Downward facing dog. Shake out the hips. Maybe it's a short dog with knees bent. Maybe it's legs extended. Who knows? You get to decide. Swaying your hips. And then rolling your back, waddling it forward. Swaying in your forward fold. And gently rolling yourself up. Releasing the arms down. Yeah. Okay. Let's come into our triangle pose. Now, if you thought yoga was about fashion, well, it most certainly is. Okay, we are taking the legs wide. Go ahead and point the toes forward at first, using the wall. We have our support here. I'll mirror you. Okay, so your chair will be on your right side. So bring your support where you can really access it. We'll bend the right knee, turn the leg around. Okay, bend and extend that leg a couple of times. We'll call this the front leg, we'll call this the back leg. Your back leg is a little bit turned in, toes angled inward. If that hurts the ankle, Kathy, stick a blanket right underneath there, lifting the ankle, not letting this ankle collapse. Lift it up and push it wide. Good. Take the shoulder blades to the wall, take your head back, take the arms up. So in theory, triangle is this leg is fully extended, but hey, that's okay. We're just playing around. So find your triangle pose with a little bent knee, arms wide, pinkies to the wall. Begin to straighten the leg and try to fold, and then bend it down. And begin to straighten the leg and try to fold and bend it down. So we're just warming up the adductors, warming up the bend in the knee. When your body feels ready, Straighten and reach, extending over and finding your support. Rolling that top shoulder to the wall, maybe taking the arm out. Playing with the arm going up. Knowing that there's a lot happening in this pose, and it's this front leg that tends to angle inward. And now the work here is to elevate yourself enough so you can get that external rotation here in this thigh, in this adductor, in this knee, so it turns towards the wall as you fold, using your support. I recommend coming into the pose, coming out of the pose, taking a little break, super not traditional, Iyengar style, coming back into it, folding back down, finding your support. Again, finding the rotation of the torso. Maybe the arm goes up, maybe you feel more support, rolling the shoulder blade back and taking the hand on the hip. From this triangle pose, we're going to move ourselves into side angle. So this front hand could stay on the blocks on the chair, or as you bend this knee, the hand or forearm could find a support here in some way. The more traditional is palm facing up here. Again, this knee, don't let it come forward. Press the knee wide. Even if you can't quite get this back arm to come around and forward and all the way around, again, taking this top shoulder blade towards the wall. In theory, this bottom front leg is bent, but maybe you need to straighten a little bit. Maybe you need to bend and straighten and rub the hip on your wall. I don't know, clean it off. Maybe it's dusty. Okay, releasing that arm. Support yourself as you come up. We're gonna gently heel toe the feet back together. Do da. Take a little Tadasana, releasing. Feeling your heart rate. And then we'll set up, supporting the other side with your same tools. Now, of course, you're at home, you don't have a fancy folding chair like myself. A couch, a coffee table, kitchen counters work wonderfully. Okay, taking the feet wide. Again, I have a light switch in my back. Just move away from that, okay? All right, so this back leg, Sarah, your right, my left, your left, my right. Turning it in, and take this, your left, turn it around. Play with the bend. I'm a little close to the chair. I'm gonna move myself backwards just a little bit. So bend and extend this front leg a few times. As you bend and extend, think about the inside of the leg. This is your adductor. Think about it moving faster than the outside of the leg. And that sometimes will help track the knee back towards the pinky side, towards the wall. Okay? So we're coming into our triangle pose, finding the extension. Find a little fold here. I like to use my hips sometimes to help guide this front hip back and help guide this top hip over. Finding the extension in your front left arm. Drop it down, finding your support, staying nice and elevated, rotating the body, breathing, maybe even smiling. This top hip is trying to work towards the wall, and this front knee is trying to work towards the wall as well, so they're moving in opposite directions. Play with this back arm, maybe take it to the wall, palm facing to the wall. Explore how it feels to take it all the way up. If this is part of your practice and you want to go a little bit deeper, feel free to take this support down, lower onto the chair, lower onto the leg, but trying to not lose the integrity of this hip and this back shoulder, turning back towards the wall. If we can get all the way down to the floor, but this back hip is way far forward, we're losing the integrity of some of the pose. So go ahead and lift yourself up. And when you're ready, we will play with this side angle. So the front knee is going to bend. Find your support. Decide where you can be supported with this torso, with this front arm. And the back arm goes forward, looping around, turning the torso, feeling how the spine is just twisting all around. Back of the head to the wall, breathing. This is like an armpit shot, isn't it? Yes. Taking it back. Maybe straightening, maybe bending. Do what you need to do to gently come up. And either taking your support, turning your body to have a wide-legged forward fold or a wide-legged downward facing dog. You could do it like this with the chair. Or turn around using the wall, coming into downward facing dog with your hands at the wall. Instead of me giving you a butt shot, I'm going to take it this way. Okay, lengthening the legs, lengthening the arms, dropping your head. Lifting the head, stretching the thoracic spine. Bending the knees, rolling it back in. Heel toe your way back to center. And roll it up. Releasing your arms. Rolling your head and your neck. Yeah, good. Okay. Let's say we are going to do eagle pose. This is going to be a tricky one to mirror you, but I will do my best. If you're like me and you have some long legs, Tami, give yourself some height. This position, this pose, we're going to do eagle pose, could work on a couch, but if you're sitting in the couch and it's really squishy and you're kind of doing this position, I would recommend getting a harder chair, okay? Let's go ahead and have the block. Again, I'm mirroring you. Your block is on the outside of your right leg. Your left leg will cross over, okay? If the toes don't meet the block, great. Grab some more blocks, right? So that you can be sitting a little more forward. The pelvis is tilting forward, not the tailbone tucked under. Tilting forward. This could be just enough for your hips. We'll take the arms wide. We'll bring the arms forward. With your left leg crossed over your right, you'll take your right arm over your left. You could fold, giving yourself a hug. Fingertips stretching around the shoulder blades. You could slide the body around, moving the chest. Or you could bring the elbows forward, bending them deeply, pressing the back of the forearms together. Maybe wrapping the wrists, maybe wrapping the hands, seeing what's possible, closing your eyes. This is one of my favorites. And you move your elbows up and down. Again, super not Iyengar style. Taking your elbows back and forth. Seeing what happens when your elbows go to one side and you gently turn the torso and your head to the other. If you feel like you're slumping back in the chair, again, sitting forward, but feel free to grab another blanket. Bringing the elbows across the body. Staying in the eagle pose however long you feel like it's serving you. And when you're ready to come out, a nice big inhale as you unwind the arms, exhaling. And if you're in a chair that's possible for you to grab onto the chair, lean forward, draw the elbows and shoulders back. Again, maybe letting the head release down. You could play with straightening the arms. You could play with bending the elbows back, rolling the shoulder blades back, squeezing the spine. And uncrossing and shaking it out. Slipping your blocks to the other side. Now your right leg crosses over your left, finding the support. If it's possible for you to take that right foot and scoop it underneath the left, you're gonna hook it, sitting up tall. If you hook it for a moment, but you feel again like you're slouching, unhook it. We want you to be upright. Find your support. Take the arms wide. Inhale. Exhale. Opposite arm crosses on top, your left over right, bending the elbows. Deciding if this side, if it's possible to wrap the forearms and the hands. Shrug your shoulders, move it around, take it into a little bit of a back bend as you lift the elbows up, dropping the head back. I think a little bit of eagle goes a long way, so give yourself some movement. Know that you don't have to stay a super long time, but if you do, you can really ride the rhythm of your nervous system of, ooh, that's a lot. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out, and eventually after about 60 seconds, feeling the nervous system calmly accept this pose, relaxing the shoulders down. Eventually unwinding the arms, taking them wide. You could uncross the legs at the same time also. Again, the arms holding. If you're sitting on a chair that doesn't really allow, you could simply bring your hands to your thighs and come into this cat-cow movement. And since we're here, Tami, let's come into our figure 4 action. Take off your toe separator. Feed your fingers in between each toe. Move it around. Sitting forward, leaning forward. Letting your legs kind of sway back and forth. Closing your eyes. Yeah. Rolling the shoulders. Moving your head. Dropping your chins. Even though we're in this simple yoga posture, doing a video with each other, try not to let the mind come into the grocery list and the things that you have to do today. Bring the attention back into the hips. Bring the attention back into the breath. There's no point in doing yoga. It's really about feeling it. So I can guide you through a practice, but unless you're really intentionally sitting with it, it's not really yoga. sitting with this sensation of the legs as you shift the body forward. As you shrug the shoulders up and then purposefully bring them back down, opening the chest and the collarbone wide. And yoga is about finding the balance. So we'll unwind this leg. It's been an external rotation. Take that leg wide. Internally rotate the leg deeply as much as it'll go. Move your body around the chair as you need to. Internally rotate the hip, dropping the leg down. You could even take that same arm, same side arm, taking it up and down. Shaking it out. And then we'll take the other side, your right side, my left. You'll notice quite the difference on this side. Feeding your fingers through your toes. Again, sitting upright. It's hard to focus on the grocery list when you have a tight side. Settling the breath. Moving the toes, stretching them out. Taking the legs, allowing them to go back and forth. Feeling how it's possible to lean forward. Letting go of what isn't serving you in your life. We could get super existential about it. What isn't serving you in your life, just let it go. Or maybe just in this hip joint. What isn't serving you? Is there tension here? Are you holding? Can you squeeze and grip and let go a few times? Can you press the leg into the arm and then release? Can you bring your hand to the underside and press the leg down and release? Feeling how that simple action makes a really big difference. I'm looking at the camera and I'm wondering if I'm a little bit, if the camera is tilted. That would be really hilarious if I made a tilted video. That would be such a Jocelyn thing to do. Welcome to my channel. Okay, take another breath here. And then finding an internal rotation in this leg. Sneaking it in, stretching it out. Yeah. Good. Now I would recommend taking another downward facing dog, either on the floor. You could take your chair dog. Just stretch it back here. You could take a wall dog. Bringing it back. Stretching the legs wide. I said stretching the legs wide. That's not what I meant. Taking the legs back, pressing the hips back. Hands pressing into your support, whether it's the floor, the chair, the wall. The abdomen is lifting up slightly to support the back. And then we'll release. Walk it forward, rolling it up. Bringing the arms wide. If you have space to take the arms wide all the way up as you inhale. Exhale. Bringing the hands down and release. So I don't want to make too long of a video here because I know attention spans can be short. So let's just come down here. Again, you could be with your legs up on the couch or a chair, blanket under the head, And you can release into a Shavasana in this position, releasing hands wide or hands on the belly. Releasing the chins down. Good work. Feel free to press the chair back and forth to whatever angle meets your body's needs. And we'll hang out here together, because I know if I don't walk you through some time in a relaxed Shavasana, you're not going to do it, so stay with me here. Feeling how the front of the body melts into the middle of the body, and then feeling the support of the mat, of the floor, of the earth beneath you. And resist that temptation to jump up and go to the next thing. I encourage you to stay here. Remember that full hour that you dedicated plus drive time. You can stay a few more minutes, releasing, integrating the practice, feeling the residue of the connection between the mind and body. I invite you to stay here as long as possible. Taking a little body scan, remembering to let go. Letting go what isn't serving you. Letting your face be soft. Maybe even give a wiggle to the eyeballs, to the nose, to the cheeks. Opening and closing your mouth a few times. Letting your tongue be heavy. The lips are gently just resting on each other, but the jaw hinge feels open and wide. message of gratitude to your body. Send a message of gratitude for what you did today. Either following along with this video or simply putting it on and doing your own thing, which is actually what I like to do. Unless I'm teaching a class, of course. Allow yourself to just drift off. And if it's possible, maybe just simply, if you're listening with earbuds or something, turn them off. Stay for as long as you can. Begin to come back, bending your knees. Notice any hesitation your body gives you. Letting that be a message of needing to stay in Shavasana for a little while longer. But if your body feels ready, bring the knees in, perhaps holding the shin bones, maybe crossing the ankles. Eventually just roll yourself over. And with as little effort as possible, press yourself up. And I'll say my closing goodbye to you in a moment. For now, maybe just sit. Before you move on to the next thing, get comfortable and just sit. It's the hardest thing to do is to follow along to a movie at home and actually incorporate the practice. And when you're ready, flutter your eyes open, look at your surroundings, don't look at the chores. Just feel your body in this space. Know that it's possible to take all the lessons that I teach you in class or from these videos